Please welcome to the field the 2019 Traverse City West High Marching Band.
Good evening, Traverse City West High School. Welcome to the 26th Annual Cadillac Band Boosters Marching Exhibition. My name is Jeremy Doobie. I'm the Director of Bands at Olivet College. I'm looking forward to seeing your performance today. I'm going to leave comments based on music and marching technique. I'm talking about the field. Side 1 will be the left of the 50, side 2 will be right of the 50 from my perspective from the press box. Nice cape, nice salute, drum majors. Fun entrance to the field band, it looks good.
This game might be halfway there, but the band is just getting started. Here's Bon Jovi's Living on a Prayer.
Good stick work drum line, nice entrance. Good strong rotation. Make sure that we know when the kickoff is. Make sure we stay in the line. Interval looks good across the band, mostly consistent. We got a little bit of bunching on side 1 in the back, between the hashes there. Good direction change there. Make sure on side 2, if we're coming into these lines in the boxes, that you're confident of where that stops and what that's going to get. It gets really close to the curve that's above it. And so we want to make sure the interval stays consistent as this collapses. Good. Also, make sure not to lunge into your dot. Make sure that you get there to step and close, and you're not lunging with the shoulders and having a bobble of the flute. Good balance sound. Trumpeters, make sure we don't compress the end of that phrase. Bum ba 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 da da.
Make sure we
Side 1 in the box. Make sure we're rotating in the form that those lines are staying lines throughout that move. And then make sure we're traversing and sliding into that spot, not sidestepping in over into it. We want to make sure we have good marching technique all the way across. We want to check this form in general. The lines are not consistent all the way across. We have a lot of blurring in the middle of the obliques. Nice hand down. Make sure as you're waiting for the transition of drum majors, we're not moving. As you wait, keep a good set of attention.
1978. Here's I Will Survive.
Brass as your instruments reflect, and so we can see every little bit of movement there. Good up.
Nice job too, Liz, with the
watch the interval on side 2 at around the 30, particularly in the baritones. We're disconnected from that form and not keeping consistent interval between ourselves. Good instrument angle on the flutes in the back line and really good backward marching. Good direction change. Nice flare on the cymbals. I love it.
well done.
Really nice. Be careful not to bunch up on the 35 on side 2 as this form breaks. Again, making sure we know how many counts it gets into that form and when that break happens, and not getting excited and bunching that up and flattening that arc. focus goes on low reeds and low brass. Make sure that we're adding the articulation cleanly, making sure that maintains consistently all the way through the line. The nice lightness of that articulation. Good initiation here, good break. Good hip shifts there on the inside. Be careful not to condense the line in the front, coming across the 50. Now that it's moving, the interval has spaced itself out mostly. So just make sure we keep that maintained. Good staging of the low brass trombone line here. Nice work, trumpets.
Yeah, good strong down.
Nice ending, good strong down on that. We can use a little bit more tuba sound, I think, throughout the big moments. Just like to hear a little bit more of that bottom, personally. And then I would check intervals on this last form just to clarify, especially the center down the 50, to make sure that the staggering is, if it's staggered, then the staggering needs to be more deliberate so we can be clear on what that is. If they're lines, we need to do a little bit more work covering down and checking the angles of the diagonals.
Very strong.
Yep, good step off, and nice. Just again, when we come backwards, we're locking into forms. Just make sure we lock into the close of that, not sidestep into it. That was good clarinets. Good direction change here on side 2 as this follow the leader comes around. Make sure we recall which person is the breakaway point and when the lines come together. Nice hit. Very nice push. Very effective. Trumpets, nice handling of the upper testatura. Good clarity in that high range. Trumpets, nice job. Good technique, nice on the lines. Nice direction change. Good oblique, good control here. Your feet are looking good. Expansion. Be careful on side 2 over by 25 yard. 15 yard. Be careful as we dance, stay in time. It's good choreography. Very cool job. Drumline's doing great. Those cymbals, all of you are outstanding. Really excellent job here. Really great visual. Make sure as you come back, we know where the kickoff is. So side 2 now on the 40-yard line. We just stepped off a little bit late, so that just makes that, as we start to oblique this, make sure we're keeping in the lines. We got to watch the interval between each other and keep the line itself. So on side one, the last two lines over here, we're just not rotating together. Strong and down, very strong finish. Really good balance musically across. Good direction of phrase. Everything's moving forward.
Concludes tonight's show with a classic by Journey. Make sure to hold on to that feeling and don't stop believing.
Strong step off from the band property once again. Watch as the phrase gets longer, though we have diminishing consistency of the.
Good direction change over here on side one. Just make sure, is there a hip switch that needs to happen here? Some of us are marching away from the 50, some are toes toward the 50. Good dynamic change. Great style overall. It's great sticking on the drum line. It's very together, which adds just a great visual to the drill itself. Good transition.
I think we would have actually more.
Yeah, if we had a little bit of softer soft coming into that, this impact point would even be bigger. Just think about softer soft when you have them. Feet look good. Make sure as this form condenses and your step sizes become smaller, that we anticipate, we accentuate that a bit more, especially those lines right up front. The toe needs to come up a little bit big, higher, so that we can see that clarity. Making sure we're covering down as we get into this. The lines are just a bit crooked, and then be careful, low brass, not to get excited as we come to the close. We'll start to compress that line just a hair, just a little bit. So be careful not to push forward too much there. This is an outstanding group. Musically, very strong, lots of direction. Your drum majors are outstanding, giving excellent information to everybody from the podium. And so that is a very mature and musical playing, artistic performance on the field today, which is great. Drumline is outstanding. Stick work, very clean and together. The visuals from the cymbals are really great. And it looks like you're having a good time out there doing that as well, which is the most important thing. So just a couple of things, making sure we're watching lines on rotations, just so that we can stay in that line. Making sure at quicker tempi that we drive from the feet just a little bit more, particularly when we're going backwards, knowing when we turn on those turn moments, so that we're all doing the same thing at the same time. But overall, really strong program, a really great show. I hope that you had a good time performing it. We had a great time watching it from up here. And as always, Traverse City West, outstanding performance this evening. I wish you the best for the rest of the season, and I hope to be able to come back up and see you again soon.